Good morning, everyone. My name is Binova, and I will be your interviewer for today. And these are my interviewees. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Lina Yuliyanti.
Hello, my name is hanya putri.
And today, our topic is about education quota that the government has given us. So, I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. And I'm just gonna move on to the first question. So, as you guys know, the government has given us the students free quota for education purpose. Do you think the quota will be useful for your classes every day or vice versa? Lina, would like to hear your answer first.
Yes, I think it's very useful for us because we knew this pandemic, we have to do the online class. So I think that it will very useful for us as the student. Thank you.
What about you, Salwa? What is your answer?
Very useful during this pandemic.
Okay. The second question is, what is your opinion on the education quota that the government has given? Do you think you have any trouble with that, or you have no trouble with it? Lina, I would like to hear your answer first.
So far, I support government for giving the student quota, but the trouble is the government led to give the quota because we knew the price of the quota is expensive, right?
Yes.
And of course, because of the pandemic, the economic is decreased. So I have researched before, according to Compass.com, said that government will give us quota from March until May 2020. But until now, we don't get it. Therefore, we enter the class from February. So I hope the government do research before again about the sharing quota because different university or school different enter it. So I hope the government um do the research before. Yes.
Wow, I think
Thank you.
it is a very detailed answer. So what about you, Sawa? What's your opinion?
In my opinion, the government providing quota for education is very beneficial for students because when studying online during this pandemic, the quota is very important. Many quota are spent on education and student study if we don't get help from our government. Students are very difficult because during this pandemic, the economic situation has dropped dramatically.
Okay. Um, First of all, I really like your answers, and let's just move on to the third question. So the third question is the quota that the government gave to the students sufficient for you guys to use? Lina, I would like to hear first.
Um, in my opinion, I think it's not because we knew level of education is different, right? So there are junior high school, senior high school, and a college student. So I hope the government will give the college students as more of the quota because we knew the tax of the college student is so too much, right? So I think that the government have to make a reset and um, to be better again.
Okay.
Yes.
What about you, Salwa?
In my opinion, it is enough. But it's just that in this education quota, there are frequent interruptions to the internet, starting from poor and not optimal connection problems.
Okay, thank you for your answer to the third question. So let's just move on to the fourth question. Based on your comment on your previous questions, do you think the government should consider on giving the free quota to all of the students in the country sooner? Mm, Lina, I would like to ask you a question first.
Yes. I think the government have to give all of the student quota because with the online learning, the important thing is internet, the stable of internet,
Yes.
the big quota, and it will the better learning. So I think that because the quota is still misdistributions
Yes.
for the many city like Mojokerto. So I hope the government will be better again for to sharing the quota and help the student to give the best impact because of this pandemic. We don't have to be difficult to learn because we have to adapt it, and I think that the government have to understand about to sharing quota. Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
I really like your answer about the question. What about you, Salwa? What's your answer?
Yes, the government should consider giving students a faster learning quota because students really need it during a pandemic. From what I see, the government is often late in giving student quota to students. Moreover, the expenditure on internet quota is very large during this online learning, and this will make parents of students even more objectionable because the economy during this pandemic is less stable.
All right. So here's the last question. So last question is the distribution of subsidized internet quota by the government can be used as a measure of student learning success during the online learning method? Lina, I would like you to answer first.
I think it's very true because we knew the importance of online learning with the quota will be a better learning, so it will help the student to online learning, and of course the government have to sharing quota about it, so uh, it will make the easy easier ways to the student for doing the online learning to make a better learning online.
Yes,
Yes.
I think so too. What about you, Salwa?
Can be called yes and vice versa. Student learning depends on the student himself. Student who can use the quotas subsidized with the people who should be, then it will be a nurture to quota from the government. And the listeners which is not, it should be so can subsidize the quota because it's full utility.
Okay. Okay, so from Sawa and Lina's answer, we can conclude that quota is very, very important, especially uh, in the pandemic. So I think that the way that the government has given us food quota for our daily use, especially for students, is very useful for us to use on our daily classes and daily activities. So I think that's it from us today. I hope that uh, this interview will give lots of benefits. And I'm sorry if we apologize if we made any mistakes. Thank you for your
Thank
attention.
Thank
you.
you.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Assalamualaikum.
wabarakatuh.